Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke. And today, I'm going to be recapping for you the sordid history of my Strat-O-Matic career. At least my Strat-O-Matic baseball career. We'll leave hockey out of it because hockey is somewhat limited in comparison to the baseball. I started playing Strat-O-Matic baseball when I was probably around 13, 1980 or so. And I introduced it to my friends. And we played. We had several leagues. We would play pickup games, that type of thing. But my record as a manager in Strat-O-Matic baseball has never really been very impressive. In fact, it's been at times very bad. If we go over the last 20 years or so, I've been in four play by email leagues. And one of the leagues I recently left to focus on the other three. But I would say, all in all, between every one of those leagues, I've probably played in or participated in 43 seasons. Now, in those 43 seasons, my winning percentage is roughly 445, maybe around 445, which is an average of about a 72 and 90 record if you condense it down to one season. So that's about what I average, a 72 and 90 season. And that's not good overall. It's just not good. Let's face it. But there have been highlights. There have certainly been highlights. In the 43 seasons combined, my teams have made the playoffs 12 times, which is not a very high percentage at all. It's about a quarter of the time, and so 3/4 of the time I'm not making the playoffs. I also made it to the World Series once, and I lost in 5 games. I only won 1 game in that World Series. And I've made the league championship probably, well, counting the time that I did win the league championship and go to the World Series, I've made the league championship 3 times, and I've lost in the league championship, obviously, 2 of those 3 times. So it hasn't all been bad, but it hasn't been pretty. And in one of the leagues that I'm in the last 3 seasons, I have had a 50 win or worse season in every one of the last 3 before this year. I've had like 48 or 49, 50, and like a 51, something like that over the last 3 seasons. So, and this season, it looks like I'm going to be in the 70s somewhere, 71, 72, 73, something like that. And I told in fact, this is pretty funny. I told the league commissioner of that league. I said, "Hey, I'm going to win 73 games this year," and he was like, "Yeah, that's great. You're going to miss the playoffs again, and have a crappy team." And I said, "Well, last year I only won whatever it was, 51. So it's plus. I've had a plus 20 game turnaround this year. So I got to take what I can get. Rome wasn't built in a day." And his response was, "You've had 20 years to figure out how to build Rome." And he's right. Although like I said, I have had my share of good seasons. I had a 97 win season where I didn't make it even to the league championship that year. I think I was beaten in the first or second round. And like I said, in that particular league, I'm on a pace to win 70 games. And in one of the other leagues, I'm on a pace to win, well, probably in both of them, I'm on a pace to win 70 games in both of those, 70 something. But in one of them, in one of those other leagues, I actually have a lifetime winning record, but that's only because I've only been in the league 1 year prior to this. And in that year, I won 85 games. Last year, I won 85 games in that particular league. And in that league this year, I will maybe not make it to 500, but I will certainly make the playoffs. So I'll be an under 500 team making the playoffs in that particular league because of the way the playoffs are set up. So that's a quick recap of the rough road I've had as a Strat-O-Matic manager. But I mean, I like the game. I like it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm learning now. I'm taking it in stride as I get older. And now I'm like, okay, let's just have fun with this. If I don't win, I don't win. If I don't go to the playoffs, I don't go to the playoffs. In fact, next year, one of the teams I'm going to have in one of the leagues is going to have an incredible offense. Incredible. It's going to have J.D. Martinez. It's going to have Bellinger. It's going to have Harper. It's going to have Moustakas. It's going to have Jason Hayward. I mean, it's going to be off the charts next year, my offense. But my pitching won't be that good. I'll have Fires as my ace, and then I'll have Chase Anderson, who will hopefully hit the minimum that he needs to have to be able to pitch all year next year under the league rules. And then after them, I'm just going to have a bunch of bad starting pitchers. My bullpen will be pretty good, but I'll have to get them in early, and that means probably burning them up before the season's over. So, I don't know how that translates. It's probably another 70-win season. I mean, if you got 4 or 5 guys that hit 30 home runs, you're probably going to score a ton of runs. But if the pitching is bad enough, that still may not be enough to make you a winning team. But my new attitude is I'm just going to have fun with that. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to watch the offense, keep the stats. See, that's the thing about baseball. It's a stat-driven game. It's a stat-intensive game. And so you can kind of get enjoyment even if your team doesn't win. If you got a guy that hit 50 home runs, then you can enjoy the fact you got a guy that hit 50 home runs. And also, by the way, in that league, in one of the leagues, where that particular commissioner where I have a bad record. In fact, in that league, I only averaged 71 wins. In that league, my team holds a single season record. I have a team who holds the single season record for home runs in that league. And another team that holds the single season record for stolen bases. So, again, I've had some success on a limited basis here and there, and when I go to the playoffs about a quarter of the time. So I want to hear from you guys. How does my record compare to yours? Are you a lot better? Are you one of the guys that always cleans up in your league? I mean, I know one of my league commissioners, if he responds to this, he'll say, yes, I am that guy. But I want to hear from other people. Let me know what kind of success you've had, whether it bothers you if you're bad. Has it bothered you? Has it dimmed your enthusiasm for it? Or doesn't it matter at all? Because really, I'm at the point where it really doesn't matter at all. And, give me your comments. If there's anything else you want to hear about, I'm more than willing to talk about it. And until then, I will, and I want to remind you, leave comments, ring the bell, give me a thumbs up, do all that good stuff, subscribe to the channel, and we'll have more good content for you. So until next time, this is Bob Zolke, Sportsman Z, signing off.